So if none of this is true, why did you enter a plea? Why not go to a jury trial?
Because of communication that we've had with the children's attorney. We created advisor system responsibility.
No. Do you want a jury trial? We'll give you one today. We have a jury outside. That'll be here at 1:30. You want a jury trial? That's either yes or no.
Hold up. Did you catch that? The defendant just waived their right to a jury trial. Straight up. That's a huge move. In court, choosing a plea over a jury trial can save time, but also means giving up a chance to contest the case before 12 people. Big stakes, and the tension in this room, you could cut it with a knife.
No.
No.
All right. Is there anything else from either side? All right. And defense, do you feel that your client's entering into this plea bargain agreement was voluntary?
Yes.
All right. And Ms. Ramirez, was anything offered to you other than the plea bargain agreement?
That my friend.
Yes. All right. All right. If there is nothing else for either side, the court is going to deny the application, find you guilty. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. The court will sentence you to $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. And the court will sentence you to 4 years in the prison. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction and an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
And here's where it hits emotionally: victim impact statements. The court requires respect, yes, but this is more than procedure. Listen to the weight behind these words. Every sentence reflects trauma, healing, and the human story behind the legal paperwork. Moments like this remind us that law isn't just about rules. It's about people's lives.
All right, good luck to you.
Judge, we do have victim impact on this case, and I believe this is here.
All right. All right, so here's the thing, everyone. I require that everyone treats everyone with respect. Just internalize what's being said. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
To be here. It has been over a year now that Ethan has been with me, and I have noticed a big change in him. He is a wonderful boy, caring and loving, to say the least. There is not much I can say about him and what he has done for me and my family. However, it was not easy to come to this point in our lives. When Ethan was placed in my care, he had some challenges that we both had to overcome. His behavior was all over the place. We had good days and bad days. He would tell me experiences he had grown up and tell me how he was treated when he was at home. He would talk about his brothers and sister. When he felt like he did something wrong, he would go to his closet or his bedroom and stay in there until I was able to locate him and explain to him that I was not asking him to go there and there was no reason to go in there. I told him he could come out so that we can talk about what happened and see if we could find a solution to what happened, because going to the closet and bathroom was not the solution to the problem. Ethan would be defiant when he was first placed in my care. We had a couple of issues at daycare the first couple of weeks. Nothing concerning that they had to call me to get him or that he had to be expelled. He was able to complete daycare until school started in the fall. When I would take him to see his mom and siblings, it was a bit of a struggle because he didn't really want to go. And when I picked him up, he would be distanced with me. It would take a couple of days before he would be open to me and listen. Also, he would appear to be quiet and sad. When I would ask him to help around the house, he would just go to his room and wouldn't help me. After a couple of days, he would come around and start to help and would be helpful and loving and would be more affectionate. As times went on, he got comfortable with me and my parents. He would call my mom and my dad Mima and Grandpa D. He would look at them as his grandparents and would enjoy going over there to visit them. There would be times when he would ask me When are we going to go oversee them? He would even ask to spend the night as well. He loved going over there. He had stability and opportunity to see what family life can be. This summer, he also experienced his first flight. We took him to Nebraska for my nephew's wedding, who we referred to as his new cousin. He saw another side of a family, and they also treated him as one of their own. He had a great time. I can see it in his attitude and behavior. He was happy. One night, we sat down and watched a movie at my sister's house, and he just sat right next to her as we watched the movie. He did this the next day with my brother-in-law. He just sat right next to him as they watched the movie together. At the beginning, he would express to me how I was living at home and would assume that he would be treated the same way here. I would have to explain to him over and over again, that is not what we do here. We do things differently. We deal with the issue. I have seen a big change in him since he was first placed in my care a little over a year ago. He is turning into a bright, caring little man with a future. When he was first placed in my care, he appeared to be sad and not a caring as he had a negative attitude about things and things around him. He would only share with me what happened to him at home and his siblings. When I enrolled him into daycare, he didn't want to go. I was hoping that maybe he would make friends and have time to interact with kids his own age. It did take him some time to make friends and come home and tell me about them. I remember there was one child he would talk about and say that they didn't get along. I told him, remember this, you're going to change his mind and you're going to be friends. A couple of weeks later, they became friends. And at Ethan's birthday party, he was the only one in his daycare that showed up. He did have some challenges at times at daycare, and they made me aware of his behavior. We were able to work through them, and we were able to continue daycare throughout the summer. When it came time for him to start school, I did have some concerns. When it came time for the parent-teacher meeting, all I got was praises about him, how he was caring boy. As time went on, he would show what I would call the real Ethan. The caring and loving little boy he is and is meant to be. One of the things that impressed me is when he sees someone that needs help, he would ask me if we can help them out. There was one time during the summer, we were at a store and the guy asked if he could wash my friends for $10. And I thanked him and said no. When we went inside, Ethan looked at me and said, I have $1. Can I give it to him? I said, if that is what you like to do with it, go for it. He turned around and went to the guy, and I can hear him tell him, here you go. And the guy said, no, I can't take that. Thank you. I told the guy, please take it. He wants to give it to you. He said, thank you.
Pause for a second. Did you feel that? A little act of kindness, $1 given from the heart, shows monumental growth. This isn't just a cute story about a kid. It's proof of how environment and support can literally reshape someone's character, from defiant to compassionate. This transformation hits harder than any courtroom verdict.
Thank you, and that Ethan was going to make him cry. I still remember that day. I will never forget that day. It's little things like this that have been able to see him grow and become a caring little boy. When we go somewhere like the park or swimming, he always wants to take extra stuff so that he can share with them, like water or maybe even a toy. This is not something that I saw in him when he was first placed with me. He would just talk about negative things in his life, and now he looks forward to living life. He's been making friends left and right everywhere he goes. I can take him to McDonald's with the playground, and he will make a friend that he calls them a friend, not just someone he met. A couple of weeks ago, I took him to a water park out of town, and while we were there, he made a friend and even exchanged numbers. At first, he would make friends but a bit shy at first. But now, whenever I take him, he makes friends. When he plays with them, he makes sure that they are okay and makes sure that they are having as much fun as he is. He is becoming a caring, kind, and confident little boy. He is seeing that the world around him isn't always full of negativity and that he can be and is loved unconditionally.
Thank you so much, and thanks for taking care